Yep.
Not 2, not 1, not 3.
It's like you're in London.
Oh my gosh.
There's a lot of fog around you.
Alright. Right now, 6 people.
Why am I saying that?
You gotta play it.
I did. It said not able to play.
This is about as exciting as a root canal, I'm just saying.
So, alright.
Closer together.
Closer together.
Slower. Slow.
Alright, so we're in a fancy parking garage to go live. Live. Yeah, here, you want to look at it? You pulled it, direct that because it must have got notes. We got here way early and we were all prepared to wait outside before getting in, but no, we got to go inside, so that's why we didn't go live prior to going in. We were in line with Ken Kratz, was literally like 3 people in front of us, and
Sneaky fucker. Oh,
Yes.
I had bail money.
sweaty sweat. He was wiping the sweat from his sweaty sweat brow. Tons of press
His
were in line.
girlfriend was in the courtroom with him, his young girlfriend, who was rubbing his back the entire time.
They asked if you were the Hallbacks when you walked in.
Yeah, press asked us if we were the Hallback family. The Hallback family were there in the courtroom. The brothers, the mom, and the stepdad were there. Zellner pulled for car. Game on. Zellner was there. We didn't see her in the courtroom, but we saw her and Doug walking out.
Walking out of the courthouse.
You want to talk about what you thought of the hearing?
The 3 panel judges, they were pretty tough. They were tough on the state, and they were tough on the defense. A lot of great things were brought up. The judges asked questions in reference to, basically in not so many words, come on, are you really that dumb? It wasn't coerced. That's what I got from a few of the judges.
Yeah. The main judge, Rovner, the
Yes.
middle one, she was good.
Rovner was very good. She asked all of the hard questions that people have been wondering. Why did they, when Brendan says, they got to my head, and when the state says, come on, Brendan, who shot her in the head? She flat out asked all of the questions that we all have been saying for over a year.
The guy judge too was talking about what evidence is there about her throat being cut and there being a rape.
Well,
And then-
the main thing he said, which I took away, was he said, and I quote, "Did you find any physical evidence whatsoever that she was ever in that bedroom?"
Right. And there is no physical evidence. All they have is his confession.
Yeah, they asked a lot about that. Is there any DNA evidence? Any forensic evidence at all? No.
Well, an important point too is they said the person was just being interviewed, so it was okay for them to act fatherly. Don't put me on the fucking camera. And then, but then later he wasn't being interviewed, so then they were all his rights were reported to him.
Yeah.
And it was just implied that he should know whatever he was saying. You know what I mean?
Right. Making a Murderer was here. Laura and Myra were here.
We talked to them.
Yeah, we talked to them a couple times. It was mostly the courtroom. There was like around 125 people total, with a bunch of lawyers and the people there. And the bulk of the people there were law students. They were not supporters or anything like that. The guy that was ahead of me in line has he hasn't watched Making a Murderer and knows nothing about the case. He just saw that there was press here. And
Well, he works in the building. He works downstairs.
and he works in the building, okay. And so he just wanted to see what was going on. So he knows nothing about the case, was just going to watch.
And Drizzen told them to remove these.
Yes. Drizzen came up to us while we waited in line, and he said, I know you think wearing that is a good thing, but could you please take them off? So we did take them off for the courtroom.
I put on my coat and put hers around her waist. My husband had to turn this inside out.
And wished Laura good luck before it started.
Laura Nyrider looked I'm amazed by how cool, calm, and collective she looked up to her going up to the podium.
Yeah.
She was well-spoken. She was matter-of-factly, stating her defense.
The kid from the state looks like he lost the bet, so he got picked to go up there.
Yeah, the state looked really, the guy was really young.
Yeah, he was very young. Looked like he was like 21, straight out of law school.
I took a ton of notes too, and I'll write this up when I come. But
What happened was at the end of it, basically the head judge,
Rovner.
thanked both sides, the state and Dassey side, for all of their hard work. That they had very good briefs, very well spoken, and that how did she word it?
I have it in my notes. She says they were both very well briefed, and it will be taken under advisement.
It'll be taken under advisement, which means now we wait.
And we were told that the ruling could take 6 to 9 months. Doesn't mean that's how long it's going to take, but that's how long it could take, 6 to 9 months. I'm not a lawyer, and I don't pretend to be a law expert.
You play one on TV?
Yeah, I don't play one on TV. I do have things written in here that they kept referring to, what cases for coerced confession. It's in here somewhere. I think it was like Sullivan. The Sullivan case is what they kept referring.
And the kid was 11.
What?
The kid was 11.
The kid was 11.
But they kept referencing as case law.
So they kept referring to that, and then I kept hearing D2. D as in dog. I don't know. And
D1.
And D1, yeah. So
What do we think will happen?
Right. Yeah. What questions are coming in?
What do we think will happen? I was very scared because yes, lots of good questions were asked on both sides.
She was in tears before it started.
Yeah, I was pretty emotional. I think I was probably the only one in that room. Well, you talked to Brendan, but knows Brendan personally. And for them to be talking about him the way they do, it upsets me. Because I see Brendan as, who he is, not what the media thinks of him. Of course, I think that Brendan will win. I do. He deserves freedom. The truth will come out. And the way it looks on paper, he should be free. He should never have been charged. There's no evidence to back up his confession. And a confession is only a confession if you have
Evidence to corroborate.
evidence to corroborate that the confession is true. You have to have that for a confession to stand.
Well, and that's what Nyrider kept saying is Brendan was led to everything that he said.
But he was literally taught how to confess. Where they were teaching him how to confess at the end.
Right. So, do you want to tell them that you talked to me about that you're keeping her?
I have been keeping Barb informed. We spoke this morning and last night, and today. She's at home with family. She was not at the hearing. I want to tell her that things went very well. I think she would be very proud. And keep her head up and smile. And like we told people, he needs to be home with his mom. That's the bottom line.
So, and if any of the people with our moderators from Stephen Avery Project, if you could post the link in here for the hearing is already up on the internet. Could you please post that so people can go see it or hear it? I don't know if it's video or just audio, so they can go see it for themselves.
It's audio.
It's audio? Okay. And like I said, I took notes. I'll write it all up. If anybody out there are legal experts, please chime in and let us know what exactly is going on here. Let's see. What else?
Jeff, stop on the camera.
And Nyrider did bring up that Brendan's coerced confession is now used by trainers to say this is what's not to do in interrogations. So, and she also mentioned the whole O'Kelly thing. Kaczynski did not present that video to the lawyer, so they didn't even know what happened there until making a murderer.
I also addressed Ken Kratz's press conference where he.
Yes.
How long did they talk to him for? Did he talk to the press?
Who?
Right.
Kratz? Yeah, somebody messaged me. But yeah, you have my phone and I have my watch, but Kratz has already talked to the press out here. Whatever. So, is there any other questions, or is that enough for now?
I just want to make one statement.
Okay.
Laura Nyrider, she did state that Brendan's confession videotape, or interrogation video, is now being taught to teach police how not to interrogate a suspect or witness. That right there in a nutshell should seal Brendan's fate of freedom. That alone shows the world that it was wrong.
So, all right, well then, we're going to go get something to eat. It's been a long day.
Long day, it's 10 o'clock.
Yeah, it's been a long day.
Long day.
Yeah. So post any questions you have. We'll write this up. Something will go up on Stephen Avery Project when we have the time. And that's it.
All right.
Live long and prosper.
Oh, this is yours though.
Oh, yeah. Switch.
Hey, you got to do this if you're going to do that.
No.
What were you thinking? Drop the ball. Or you know what you should have said too? See these sunglasses that I have on my face? I got a new pair, Megan. It's okay.